Good morning, Barstow. I'm Luke Luma.
And I'm Jack Hansen. Now roll that intro.
Now, before we get into announcements, we have a very special sports roundup with Coach Stelting to tell us a little more about winter sports.
Thank you, Luke. I'm Jesse Payne here with Sports Roundup. I'm joined here with Mr. Coach Stelting to talk about some of the winter sports. So, Coach Stelting, what are some of the winter sports teams?
Well, our winter sports teams are our Night Stars dance team and our Barstow cheerleaders, and then our boys and girls basketball teams.
And how do you think their preseason went?
Wow, the preseason was great. I had a chance to watch all of those teams in some practices. The dance team and cheerleading squads, very sharp. They've been practicing for a few weeks now. Boys and girls basketball look to be really good teams this year. It's going to be a really fun season.
And can you tell us a little bit about the upcoming pep assembly?
Yeah, the winter pep assembly is going to be on Friday, December 1st. It's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be at 2:30, so the end of the day and kind of the last wrap-up of the week. But you'll get a chance to meet some of those members of those teams and as they kind of get started on their season.
Well, thank you. That's all I have. Back to you, Luke.
Thank you, Jesse. Now, before we go, I have a follow-up question for Coach. So, what particular basketball matchups are you most looking forward to this upcoming season?
Luke asks, what particular matchups are you looking forward to this season?
Oh boy, matchups in basketball. You know, last year I stood out at the Lee Summit High School gym as we packed in all of the people from Barstow and Summit Christian for our annual games, and I watched the Summit Christian girls come back and beat our girls at the end of the game, and then I watched their boys beat our boys for the first time in years, and that was our first conference loss in a few years for the boys. So I am really looking forward to Summit Christian coming to Barstow this year for our boys and girls to beat them here. So, and I'm also excited about the boys traveling to Columbia to play Father Tolton, who we played 2 years ago in the state championship and then beat them here last year. And I'm also excited about the girls playing here at Barstow versus Shawnee Mission East.
Well, thank you very much, Coach. This has been Sports Roundup. Back to you guys.
So, Luke, I noticed that you're a pretty sporty guy. You seem to be doing a lot of athletics.
Well, not to brag, I've been doing some training for the upcoming season here and there.
Shoot, it's a shame that you're not in any winter sports.
Well, I'm the mascot, so I mean, I'm doing some.
Because a quick reminder that Winter Varsity Night is tomorrow at 6:30 in the varsity gym to celebrate our varsity athletes.
And speaking of athletes, today our very own Bradley Fry will be signing his letter of intent to USC. There will be an assembly at 11:25 to witness this very special event. Congrats, Bradley.
Yes, congrats. Luke, I'm sorry for cutting you off. You said you're the mascot?
Yes, I'm hoping to make this upcoming season the most hype one yet.
Well, I'm sure you're doing as much as you can, but Jill put together a little something for us to see how the basketball program is doing. Roll it.
I'm pretty excited about this season. Over the last 2 years, we've had players in which could do a lot individually, but I think this year's team, everybody's going to have to depend on each other for every aspect of the game, and we've had a great summer and fall, and so we're really looking forward to having a pretty special season this year.
I'm really excited about this season. I think we're already a lot more experienced than we were last year. We had a really good rebuilding year last year, and we did a lot of hard work during preseason, so we're jumping into the season already a couple steps ahead.
We have a really good group. We're all really, we work well together, and I feel like we all really like each other. So we're gonna have a lot of fun this season, and I think we're gonna have a successful year. So.
I'm really excited about this season. I think we can do great things. This team has shown that they've got tons of talent, and they want to play together. They want to share the ball, and they're in practice supporting each other. It's It's going to be a great year for us.
Hard work. Together.
Great piece, Jill. I know I'm excited for the first game of the season.
Now, drifting away from sports, don't forget that we have the NHS induction ceremony tomorrow at 10 a.m. Please don't forget to dress up.
And today our new Creative Minds class gets to take a field trip to Breakout KC to test those creative minds of theirs. Have fun, guys.
Hey Luke, you were in the upper school musical this year, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
Well, you did a great job. Let's remember that the lower school musical, A Year with Frog and Toad, is coming up. Here's a piece that Miranda Beyer made on it. Roll it.
Hi, I'm Bob Kohler. I'm the director of theater and the director of the lower school musical A Year with Frog and Toad. So this year, the musical A Year with Frog and Toad is based on the very famous Frog and Toad books that a lot of people perhaps read when they were learning to read, and they'll remember those familiar stories about the two friends, Frog and Toad. It was also a popular animation series in the 80s and 90s, and a lot of people watched it there too. And then it was turned into a Broadway musical with really, really fun songs, and it's sure to capture the hearts of the audience this year.
I think they'll really like it because it's a variety of a lot of different characters and personalities, and yeah, I think they're gonna really like it.
I think this show is going to be amazing. So far, it's been so cool. I mean, like, so cool.
So we've had almost a week of rehearsals right now, and the enthusiasm is very high. We have 50 third, fourth, and fifth graders involved in it, and I think if their excitement is any indication of how it's going to go, it's going to be very successful this year. Well, I think last year we experimented in what it's going to be like to do a lower school musical, so this year we had a really good turnout, and I feel that everyone that showed up to be in the show, to participate in the play this year, is excited, and the families know a little bit more about what they're getting into, and I think the audiences are ready for another lower school show.
I think it's good.
I think it's gonna be even better because, I mean, the Jungle Book was still amazing.
Last year's show, I think, is about even to this show so far.
Great piece. Also, don't forget that because of the musical, we will have an AM schedule on Thursday. And Luke Short, you can rest easy because advisories will be moved to Friday at 10 a.m.
Before we go, a quick congratulations to the Barstow Model UN. Their first conference was last Friday, November 10th at Park University. It was a success, receiving 8 awards in total. Congrats to all of those who participated.
Boy, it sure looks like this is going to be a busy week.
It sure does, my friend.
Well, looks like that wraps up our show for today. I'm Luke Luma.
And I'm Jack Hansen. Have a wonderful day, Barstow.
Good job.